Look what we have going on here today, guys. Working on acrylic letters. Now, I really never had the confidence to work with acrylic letters until one day when I actually pulled them off, and I realized all you're pulling off is this little bolt stud, which is why they call it stud mount acrylic letters. These studs were in these red acrylic letters that were on this building. They were 15 inches high. We're replacing them with red acrylic as well. But what they did was they put construction adhesive on here, which is totally unnecessary. You really just need silicone to stick them in, and we'll go over that. But they used construction adhesive, and you could see these acrylic letters were tapped. So the screws, the studs, tapped directly into the letter. These letters are not very thick, so we laser cut our letters on our laser. They got a little bit of translucency to them, so I'm a little worried about that. I might end up having to paint these, I don't know. But I used weld on to weld these on. They're gonna have a little bit of a standoff to them, so our studs are gonna screw into here, and then we're gonna put them into the wall. When you order these letters online, they're gonna give you a paper template, or sometimes they might give you a cardboard template, just depending on the situation. Cardboard they can fold up, paper is very easy to mail. Coroplast is not easy to mail. We use Coroplast because it's available to us. The big red holes were for gluing on the pieces in exactly the spot we wanted to do that. We etched it with the laser on the reverse side of the letter, so we knew exactly where to glue that plastic little piece. With the acrylic weld on, here's what that looked like. If you ever do a project like this, don't think of it in terms of the cost of the letters, because the real cost is going to be the labor that goes involved. Pulling this off is kind of a pain. I used a flat shovel, which gave me lots of leverage to get these things off. These were not coming off because the construction adhesive. I filled in the holes. But you can see one of the big issues we're having with this is the color of the paint. The color of the paint is behind the letters has not faded in the sun like the rest of it. So even if the property management company had the same, the exact swatch color, it doesn't matter, it's not gonna match, period. We've bought 2 swatches already, samples, and we've determined that they're just not, they don't have enough of a pinkish hue to them. So Sally is there at Lowe's right now trying to get that worked out. But I don't think just painting where the letters are is going to be a good option. We're gonna have to paint this entire section of this wall so that it all blends in. I didn't really account for that. But at the end of the day, I want to have a piece that I can be proud of and post on social media. And if I just have a square rectangle behind here, it's just not gonna look good. So we're unfortunately gonna take the time to paint this whole section of the wall, which is not too awful, but not what I planned on either. I did take a nail punch and a hammer and got my holes started here. Alright, I've been doing a little test where I stick the stud mount in each hole to see how easy it comes in and out. So this one, not very easy. We don't want to be messing with that later on. So I'm gonna drill out just a little bit more easy, because the acrylic is going to be holding it in place. But if it's not easy and you can't, it's not going in all the way and you can't pull it out, like, then work on that hole before you bring the letters out and struggle with it. Now I want to avoid painting this if possible, because then you got to worry about the durability of the paint over the long haul. But I do want to test fit this on the wall just to see if I'm happy with the look of it. If it's too translucent, then we'll know. But I do have varying lengths of studs, and because this is just a test fit, I'm gonna use the shortest studs possible. I'm gonna use some tape, and then I'm gonna come back down off the lift and take a look at it and see what I think. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. I was worried I was gonna really see the studs, and if you look really close you can, but from downstairs, ground level, I don't think so. Just looks like a red letter to me. Yeah. One thing I've learned about this job is we're not a paint crew. A paint crew could have easily taken that sign down, and what I should have done was had the client hire a painter to take down the signs and paint it, and then we'll come in and do the install. Definitely doing that next time. All right, just pulled the tape off the letters. Overall, I'm pretty happy. The paint match is absolutely atrocious, but we're not a paint crew. They could have it painted if they want to, but the sign looks good. I'd call this an exploratory project to see if we really want to do this type of work in the future. I didn't mind putting the letters up, cutting them out, and doing all that work, but definitely if it's an old sign that we're replacing, it's going to have to get painted. And so we're going to keep that in mind in the future, plan ahead a little bit better with that. Hopefully get a paint crew involved, and then we'll come in and put up the sign. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video. I'll see you very soon. Take care.